G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Well, it's the day after our 4-1 defeat to Chelsea. The dust has settled, and I'm still happy. I'm still happy. And you know what? We've got a real class manager running the club at the moment, Ange Postecoglou. I think he's shown himself not only to be the best manager in the Premier League, but also the classiest. You could argue some of the decisions went our way or didn't go our way. But to Ange, that isn't the point, man. That's not the point. Unlike Clippity Klopp from Liverpool, when things don't go his way, he cries and asks for replays and all that rubbish. And Arteta and Arsenal have behaved disgustingly. Disgustingly. Over one goal. One goal that Newcastle scored. You're being all... referees need to be reformed. It's all this crap. You didn't score a goal yourselves, Arsenal. Why don't you look at your own team, your own purchases, your own tactics, before you point the finger at the guy in the middle and all that? What happened with Ange? What was Ange's take on it? Did he come all guns blazing? Oh, Romero shouldn't have been sent off, blah, blah, blah. No, he didn't give a shit. He doesn't care. Sometimes you get decisions, sometimes you don't. It's the thing that is ruining football these days, and I'm sick of it as well. And Ange says he's a voice in the wilderness, and he isn't. A lot of the fans feel this way about VAR. A lot of them. I don't know how anything gets changed about this, but when I hear people say, "Oh, it's here for good, it's here to stay," why? It's just a decision. They could just turn it all off tomorrow if they wanted to. It's actually physically possible to do that. It's not impossible. So why don't they do it? Because VAR is making football objectively worse. Maybe, I don't know, objectively is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. I'll give you some examples. Well, we're playing 15 minutes of injury time every game now. Every time there's something happening on the pitch, it stops for 5-10 minutes while someone miles away at Stockley Park looks at the screen and dissects the wings off a fly to come up with a decision. And in yesterday's game, I think most of the decisions came in the support of the referee, you know? So what's the point in that? Fans don't know whether to celebrate goals or not. You've taken the biggest, most important part of the game and knackered it with VAR. Knackered it. Players are having to play a different alien breed style of football. It's like extraterrestrials have come down and tried to guess what football's about. Defenders running around with their arms behind their back, jumping with their arms by their side. It's ridiculous. Now, one of the beautiful things about football is that whether you're playing on a beach in Sao Paulo, at a field down the road in Punch Bowl, whether you're playing 3 and in, 5 a side, 11 a slide, whether you're using jackets for goalposts or goalposts, you're in essence playing the exact same game as you see on the TV. You're playing it in the same way. Not anymore. No. Now the game that kids are playing down the park is fundamentally different from the professional level. You know, a kid grows up as a defender, plays a certain way, and then all of a sudden he's faced with cameras. He has to change how he plays. He has to forget most of what he's learned. Start again. You know, a game of football is a living snapshot of life. You get to see it. No one knows what happens. You get to see it unfold in front of your eyes. And just like life, it's not always fair. But it's how you deal with those unfairnesses and what you perceive to be injustices and whether you can rise to the top. Great teams can do that. At Tottenham Hotspur, we got the makers of a bloody great team. You know, I've seen a couple of people get on Ange's case for the way we played with 9 men. We want attacking football at Tottenham. This is the sort of football we want. This is the Tottenham way. What did Danny Blanchflower say? People forgotten about that. The game isn't about winning. It's the greatest fallacy that the game is about winning. It's nothing of the sort. It's about glory, man. It's about glory. It's about doing things with style and with a flourish, about going out and beating the other lot and not waiting for them to die of boredom. And Ange gave us a bloody shot at that yesterday with the way we played. Absolutely he did. It could have come off, man. Could have come off. Bill Nicholson's better to aim high. It's better to fail aiming high than succeed aiming low. We aimed high, man. I'm proud. I'm proud of Ange and I'm proud of the boys. You know, the subs that came on, we ended the game with, I think, only 3 people that started the game when the whistle started, you know. And the likes of Højbjerg, Skip and Dyer, man, they did a good job yesterday. They did a good job. Our heads didn't go down yesterday. We knew we were climbing up a mountain with Teflon gloves and roller skates, but we still had a bloody go. It's better to to fail aiming high than succeed aiming low. What would have aiming low been yesterday, folks? It would have been parking the bus, all 9 men in the box, trying to hold out for a draw. That would have been low. But I don't know. I don't think that would have bloody worked. But so okay, we hang on for one point. What do we learn? What do the players learn? You know, if we want attacking football, we want attacking football. I don't think we start saying, but under this circumstance, we better not do the attacking football. Okay, so one circumstance is going down to 9 men. We go back and park the bus when that happens. What other scenarios are there? 10 men? We won a game at Luton with 10 men. We were Chelsea's equal at 10 men. In fact, we had them rattle when we had 9 men. We had them rattle because we were going at them. They were shell-shocked. Shell-shocked. You know, we learned a lot out of that game yesterday. We know that we can trust our players. We absolutely can trust our players, man. And we know that our players believe in Ange Postecoglou. They didn't go the easy way yesterday. They did what the gaffer wanted. And they did it to a T, and man, I'm so happy with it. I've never been happier after a 4-1 loss. But to say, I've heard ridiculous things by pundits. Ange is naive. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ange Postecoglou's naive, like he's only just been coaching football for a week. Do you think he didn't? You know, he's not even considered parking the bus. That he doesn't. You know, naive is implying that he doesn't understand that is a possibility in football to play defensively. Of course he does. He just thinks it's shit. The other thing about the VAR stoppages, we're going to see a hell of a lot more injuries in the Premier League, man. It's happening already. You know, Mickey van der Ven pulled up with a hamstring. That's a big blow for us. But, you know, you're getting players to warm up for a game and then every 10 minutes they're stopping for 5 minutes. Of course they're going to get bloody injured. And all we get from, you know, the likes of Simon Jordan and, you know, these posh ruling classes is, you know, VAR, it brings in consistency. Oh, no, it's not. It just brings in, I don't know, it's some stupid other form of authority where everyone's a policeman. Everyone's on the beat, ready to dob everyone in. It used to be a great thing when I used to watch TV, you know, games on TV back in the day, little 4x3 flickery line cathode ray tube. And John Motson at some point would say, there's been an incident off the ball. And then the camera, you know, pan across and there'd be 2 players in the aftermath of something that happened. And we'd never know what happened. It was a mystery. What went on? Behind the referee's back. The game of football survived 150 years, man. 150 years. It survives at all levels. You know, part of getting away with shit behind the referee's back, there's always been part of the game. And because of that, football teams do a damn good job at regulating themselves as well. You know, teams don't let a team walk over them. they'll usually have some hard nut that will put things right. Self-policing. We don't need CCTVs everywhere monitoring our every move on the pitch to get the right decision at the expense of so much freedom and expression in the game. Get rid of VAR. But anyway, back to the game, man. What did we learn? We learned we could trust our boys. We learned that even our subs coming on, they're getting with the program now. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg was absolutely bloody immense when he came on. Eric Dyer, he got caught out a couple of times. We know his limitations, but he also did a lot good yesterday and almost scored a goal, so I can't complain about him. Skip did his part. They all did a part. Emerson, when our backs were against the wall, what did we do? Did we lose our nerve? Did our heads go down? Did you see us walking around with our hands on our hips pointing? No. We gave it a damn good go and we came so close, man. So Bill Nicholson says, Tottenham Hotspur, we aim so high that even in defeat there isn't within it an echo of glory. And I damn well felt and saw that last night. And I know a lot of people at the ground, they gave him they didn't just give him a standing ovation at the end of the game out of sympathy. I spoke to people who are at the game and they were on board with it. They thought it was a crazy game. That's the thing about football. You don't know what's going to happen, eh? Crazy game. And we dealt with it really well. So other teams are going to be scared of that. They're going to be scared. They know we're always going to come at them. It don't matter. Don't matter the circumstances. And they better watch out when we've got 11 men on the pitch. If we can do that with 9, they're knackered. What else do we learn? Vicario, man. Don't tell me that the image of Vicario isn't in some centre-forwards' heads around the Premier League after that display. It was incredible. I've never seen that was one of the best performances by a goalkeeper I think I've ever seen in the Premier League. What he did, not just the saves he did, the reflexes he showed. He almost saved a penalty. I mean, God. But the way he acted like a sweeper, the sweeper keeper. Halfway up out of his in our area. Acting like Mark Wright or Terry Fenwick or someone like that. He was brilliant. That's going to be great for his confidence. I like Heung-min Son came out afterwards and thanked the fans. Now, well, thank you, Sonny, man. Thank you for leading the players in that display. It gave me a lot to smile about. This is just a bump in the road. Bump in the road and people are jumping on Ange already. Naive, suicide football. What utter bollocks. People saying they should be ashamed of themselves. Crying out for attacking football. Okay, we got it. Oh, but we don't want it all the time. Sometimes we've got to be pragmatic just to save a game. No, we're playing the long game at Tottenham. We're building a culture. A culture. Do or die, man. To dare is to do. You can't just invoke that whenever you feel like that. That's going to be in your heart all the time during every game, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what decisions you get for or against you. That's what you do, and that's what we did. Well done, the boys, man. Well done, the boys. As for Romero and the doggy, I see people getting on their case. They lost us the game. Oh, grow up, people. Bloody hell, man. Those two players have done so much for us. They went a bit wobbly. A bit rash. Fine margins, man, when you're playing football to the extent and the skill they're showing. They're not robots. They're not robots. They expect, that people expect all the good with none of the, I wouldn't even say flaws. They're 100% human beings. You can't just take out the 5% that you don't want. People don't work that way. That's a computer program. You go and play FIFA against the computer if you want that. So I don't have any ill feeling at all against Romero or Doggy. It's just life, man. That's what happens. Now Tottenham Hotspur showed that we're a strong side yesterday. Strong side. And dare I say it, all the doomsayers out there, we're still second in the league, 1 point off Manchester City after 11 games. We're going to have a tough couple of games. Let's see what we can do. We're well ahead of Ange's schedule. This is all bonus stuff, I think we're in a title race. If that don't pan out, I don't care. It's not like I'm pinning all my hopes on that, and if we don't do that, I'm going to be depressed or whatever. If we carry on doing what we're doing, I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Win, lose, or draw. But we're still there, man. We're still second in the league. We're still 2 points ahead of Arsenal and Liverpool. And that ain't bad, man. That ain't bad. Now, I'll just bring up quickly the Hotspur Hippie Dreamo-meter. Change to the downside, but don't let that get your hopes up. Get your hopes down, man. It's just a blip. So on the left-hand side, we've got games, points over last year. Well, we beat Chelsea last year. We lost this year. So I've had to deduct 3 points off that one. So the points gained over last year is, what is it, 8 or something like that now? It was 11, so it must be 8. 68 points. Don't worry about it. We lost some dopey fixtures last year. That will go back up. And on the right-hand side, we've got the pro rata. Take the number of points we've got divided by 11 times by 38. You get 89. So that's still title tilt or thereabouts, man. If we get a couple of wins, all those numbers will start looking all tickety-boo again. I'm happy. I'm happy. I might have been having a rant here, but you know, sometimes things don't go your way, and it's what you do when things don't go your way. That can be something that defines you. You know, both as a person, as a football team, we stuck to our guns. You know, I'm pretty dismayed at some of the reaction to the way we played in certain quarters. Like, you know, the wheels are falling off. The manager made a mistake. Romero, a new doggy, cost us the game. Nah, man, we're a unit. We're a team. We're Tottenham Hotspur, aren't we? Take the rough with the smooth. I think we're doing all right. Doing all right. We'll come back. No worries. You know, and I think we've given a lot of teams. We've got a lot of teams something to think about now. Gary Neville was praiseworthy of Spurs. You know, Gary Neville, who I always take the mickey out of, he thought it was fantastic what we were doing. It's what we want to see. I don't want to see hanging on by your fingernails for half a game, hoping you might get a bit lucky on a counter attack. No, we had Chelsea rattled with 9 men, with 11 men in another game. We'll rattle teams. They're going to be worried about us because they know we will never ever lie down. Because at Tottenham Hotspur, we never stop. We proved it yesterday, man. We proved it. And Ange, man, class, absolute class. The referee's decision is final. That's it. VAR is ruining the game that he grew up with and loved. It's ruining the game I grew up with and loved. Switch it off. Just switch it off. That's it. Turn it off. I want the game of football back. I don't want to see people with their arms behind their back doing all sorts of stupid things because now they're knowing that Big Brother is going to watch everything frame by frame in slow motion. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. You know, people, we want consistency. We want consistency. We want the right results. Well, it's football. Referees have always been a bit shit. But the game's gone on for 150 years before it. It's gone all right. Most popular sport in the world. Referees can't be that bad, can they? Even if they make a fluff here and there, generally they're all right. Good enough to make it the world's most popular sport, followed by millions, £1 billion pound industry, multi-billion pound industry. What am I on about? Probably trillions. Anyway, folks, I'm happy. I might not sound it, but I'm having a rant. I'm having a rant. Well done, the boys, man. Well done, the boys. Well done, Ange Postecoglou. I was so... I've used the word pride a few times. I don't like the word pride, but I'm very, very happy with what everyone at Tottenham Hotspur did yesterday, and the fans at the ground. Absolutely magnificent. Those fans at the ground know what they want to see. They know what they saw, and that's why they gave them a standing ovation after losing 4-1. That's it. We're Tottenham Hotspur, man. We're not Arsenal. We're better. We're the best football team the world has ever seen. We showed it yesterday. Character and fibre. Till next time, folks. Peace and love, man. Come on, you Spurs.